Hello, my friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. As always, before we begin, here's a link to my private Patreon group if you want to join. Follow that link. Please put a like while you're here and say hi in the chat so I know that you're present. Because sometimes, YouTube glitches. It can show that there are like 5 members in the live stream, but there are actually tens of people or hundreds of people. So yeah, please say hello so I know that you're present. We're going to talk in a few seconds about what's happening in the market. We're going to talk about basically how XRP is never going below $2 again. That's never going to happen. Wait, guys, I'm getting a call. What? XRP just went under $2? Okay, wait, I gotta delete this live stream and just start all over again. I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around, my friends. Yeah, so basically, we're going to talk about what's happening. Talk about what's happening in the market. As I said yesterday, there was a market update published. I hope everyone read that. Stick to that. There's a new market update coming today. Once I finish this live and once I finish talking to one of my VIP students, we're going to publish the update. What can I say? As you can see, once again, selling 40% of our XRP bag, which was accumulated at 15 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, and 50 cents. Selling 40% of that, despite price targets, was a good idea. XRP is below $2. It just went to $1.95. Once again, went below $2 for the second time. Ethereum is trading at roughly $2,000, and Bitcoin dipped below 80K and went to $78,000. We spoke about all of these things on Patreon, what to expect. Once again, read the market update from yesterday. But I just want to talk about what we spoke about yesterday, right? So people who keep telling you to buy the dip are the same people who kept telling you moon every single day and kept increasing their price targets. So never told you to take profits. So I hope you learned your lesson now, because if you haven't, you're going to learn it later on in the cycle. I still expect, given the explanations that I've given, that before this market cycle ends, there will be what people like to refer to as old season. I don't like that phrase because I don't believe in old seasons. I believe, like, I used to use that phrase many years ago, or just years ago, because I wanted to explain something to people, what the idea was trying to get across. But I just like to think of it as the take profit phase, where most altcoins do nothing, some pump, and some do very well or exceptionally well. That's what I call old season, right? So for me, old seasons don't exist, but I believe before this market cycle will end, that we'll have a chance to sell our coins, some of our coins higher or significantly higher. Some coins, of course, will do nothing and go to zero and never recovered, and that's why we diversified, as you well know, in the accumulation phase. For now, what's happening in the market, as I said yesterday and as I tweeted today, I am not buying the dip. Buying dips in, when in an upward trajectory, when the market is going up, buying dips is a dangerous game, because, like I said, you can get it right once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. It pays off every single time, and then that 5th time, that it's no longer a dip or a correction. It becomes a 90% crash, and it becomes a bear market crash. You don't want to be caught in that. That's why you shouldn't be catching knives. I know that you're reading a lot of exciting content, that you've developed a lot of bad habits where buying the dip is a usual thing for you. Instead of buying the dip with $100 or $200 or what have you, really, every single time the market dips, just set that money aside for a period when the market will top and then crash very hard, because that period will come once the market cycle ends. So just set that money aside. If you've taken profit, you were supposed to take profit. You were supposed to take a good amount of profit if you're my member. Unfortunately, speaking about that, I retweeted that today also. That's quite disappointing. I conducted a survey yesterday on Twitter, or a day before that, asking how many people have taken profits as indicated and kept those profits sidelined. Unfortunately, it was only like 35% of people, and like 65% of the people either didn't take profits or didn't keep it sidelined. So basically, did something that I told them not to do. So only 35% of people who responded are doing and are following the instructions on Patreon. So I really hope you're one of them, because if you're following the instructions, we're going to do well. Unlike, the people who are super scared right now because they haven't taken any profits, I'm not scared at all. As explained on our Patreon, that's exactly why we're doing what we're doing. That's exactly why we sold all our Bitcoin, Ethereum, 40% of our XRP, some XLM, partially TEL, partially Doge, partially ADA, partially other coins, some coins fluidly like RNDR. It's like we've done all these things for a reason. We still have a good exposure in the market for when the market reverses eventually, when this ongoing crash that can become very ugly and scary and much uglier, much scarier potentially. Not that I'm calling for it, but I don't care. That's possible. Like once this is over, so that we don't have to FOMO back in and once again guess where the bottom is of this crash or potential correction. Correction or potential future crash. We don't have to guess any of that. We have skin in the game. We bought after the market crashed at the lows. We have taken profits, so we have the option and the luxury of not worrying and waiting to see if there's some kind of black swan event, as explained on Patreon, to see if we can buy. If not, and the market reverses, we keep pumping and the correction is over. We keep selling, as I said, and laddering out and taking partial profits, and we keep that money sidelined and those profits sidelined until the market cycle ends. And the next market cycle begins with a major crash that takes us to the macro accumulation phase. Very simple and very straightforward. Don't do anything emotional. Don't do anything rash. Things can get a lot scarier in crypto. Very often, it's very volatile and support levels often don't hold. A lot of technical analysis and BS that you watch out there usually never works. You're about, all to go and watch YouTubers who are going to tell you about the fractals and V bottoms and springs and I don't know what have you, really all that nonsense that you've been watching since 2017. Once again, another fractal has been proven wrong. People who are saying that XRP is never going to go below $2, or they cannot see XRP going to $1.90, or they cannot see XRP going lower than that to, let's say, $1.80 or $1.50. They have been proven wrong, and they'll keep being proved wrong because these people are talking out of their ass. Excuse my French, right? Presenting data in a nice way and make it entertaining does not mean having good market performance. What is a good market performance? Did you take good profits before this crash? Despite all the wonderful TA and nice colors and entertaining content? If the answer is yes, and the content was entertaining and nice and colorful and fun, wonderful. That means that is good content. That is good. But if you didn't take profits and you were watching people who were giving all this wonderful spiel about this and that and the waves and the wonderful technical analysis and all that stuff, but you didn't take any profits, that means that you're watching nonsense, you're watching garbage. So you can go and watch it as long as you understand you're watching garbage. Just make sure that you're locking in profits. Once again, we took some partial profits at $1, at $2, and we took some partial profits at $3.31. I think it was nearly at the exact top. But that doesn't matter. We don't chase tops. The point I'm trying to make is we ladder out with coins that are going up, because you have to be seriously inexperienced in these markets to not take partial profits on a coin that is up 10 to 20x from the bottom. Now, if your coin is not up, that's understandable. You can't sell something that is not up. There are coins that I have bought also that are not up from the bottom after having bought like roughly 90% crashes from the top, right? And so I will wait to see which ones will join the pumps and which ones deliver in the coming peak euphoria phase that will lead to the top of this market cycle. I highly suggest, once again, that you're not a member, that you join as a member. Once again, here's the link. It's $5 to read the update I'm referring to, guys. Seriously, join and do yourself a favor, read that update and read the update that's coming today. I'm probably going to do another update tomorrow because I'm not sure I'll be able to fit everything into one update, because it's going to be in regards to the DXY. It's going to be in regards to the Bitcoin dominance and generally about sentiment and market cycles. So highly suggest that you read that. This is the thing. I don't want to make people make me sound bullish, because I don't like to look at the market as bullish or bearish, right? I don't like to say bull markets. I don't like to say bear markets. I like to think of what people call the bear market as the accumulation phase, the macro accumulation phase. And I like to think of the bull market or the old season, whatever people want to call it, as the take profit phase, right? So right now, I'm take profitish. Like I said on Patreon. What is my market sentiment? Take profitish. What does that mean? I'm taking profits. I've taken profits, and I'll keep taking profits with coins that eventually recover and keep going up, right? That's my stance on the market. I'm not some young noob moon boy or doom boy who's new to these markets and inexperienced to be 100% bull or 100% bear. I'm not a trader. I'm an investor, right? I have a whole strategy that I use and go about, and it takes patience and time for it to develop. Like I said before many times, we're in the euphoria phase, and people were arguing about that, saying, why am I taking profits? Most coins haven't moved. Yes, that's true. Most coins haven't moved, but some coins have moved. You know what I mean? So I've taken profits with the coins that didn't move. And I'm going to keep taking profits with the coins that will move in the future. I am not, I'm not taken aback. I'm not shocked. I'm not scared. I still believe everything that I've updated on Patreon. If you're interested in what I think, follow on Patreon and see what I think, right? So I'm not taken aback or scared or shocked by anything, right? So my focus is the last part of the cycle, selling everything before it's over. And if it's over and I'm wrong, right, and there's some kind of black swan event and I'm wrong, that's exactly why we have done what we have done, have taken decent profits, and why they'll remain sidelined. Because I'm not a moon boy inexperienced cretin to think that I'll have a 100% track record and 100% accuracy. Nobody has done that. If you're thinking you're watching someone out there, some kind of YouTuber or some kind of reading some tweets from some big account that have a 100% accuracy rate, you're kidding yourself. Talk to the OGs on this market cycle who've been here for years. They'll tell you that nobody's perfect. Even your most favorite YouTuber and wonderful crypto personality or profile has gotten stuff wrong way more than me. I guarantee you that. Way more than me. That's just a statistical fact, right? So just take a step back, stop listening to the bullshit, be aware of what you're watching, right? And just use your own brains, right? Look at the market by yourself. Just like 10 days ago, people were saying that market is not euphoric. And I replied to that, why is it not euphoric? Because the greed and fear index apparently was in the fear zone. And I said, well, to me, it doesn't matter. None of us know how they actually use that tool, and maybe they're using it somehow to their advantage, right? To trade the markets or something we're not aware of. So the way I look at it is it's better to do your own homework. I told them that there are 28 big names in crypto. I looked at 28 of them, and 25 of them were either bullish or extremely bullish, and only 3 were cautious or bearish. Of course, the sentiment was bullish, right? That means, of course, you had to take partial profits. And that's exactly what I wrote on my Patreon like roughly 10 days ago, that I agree that coins will go further eventually. How we get to that last phase, nobody knows. People can only guess, and some will get it right and wrong, and then vice versa, as always. And that don't try to guess every single little piece of the bigger puzzle or every single micro part of the macro phase. Just go with the flow, right? Do yourself a favor. And that what really worried me was that a lot of these people, big names on YouTube and big names on Twitter, who said, for example, that Bitcoin is never going to see new all-time highs this market cycle. It did. Who said that after saying $40,000, Bitcoin is going to go to $3,000, $2,000. That never happened. We saw $110,000 instead. So these people, the same people who then said that the Dow Jones is never going to see a new all-time high in our lifetimes, probably, but it did. And then the same people who said the S&P 500 is about to crash very hard, but it never crashed. It went to new all-time highs. The same people who said that Doge is not going to pump, well, but it pumped. The same people who said that Sol is never going to cross $30, $40, or $50, but it went much higher. So, these people who turned bullish while I'm bullish, that made me cautious. And that's exactly why I decided to de-risk some more and take profits earlier than I planned. Because if these people were bearish at the bottom and expecting very bad scenarios, or generally just bad scenarios, have suddenly flipped bullish while I'm bullish, it started worrying me, right? Because when people who consistently are wrong about the markets suddenly start agreeing with you, it's something that you should be aware of. It's something that you should be scared of, really. I think that's the best way to go about it. You should be afraid of that, and that did scare me a little bit, which is why exactly I de-risked some more. So if you're a member who has been following the instructions, right, and not doing your own thing, you're going to be completely fine no matter what happens. And what I think is shared on Patreon. That's what I expect. But even if I am wrong, we're going to be fine, and we're going to do well. It's going to be fine as long as you have followed the instructions once again. And I hope you're one of those 35% that follow the instructions. Let's see what you're saying, guys. TT says, hi, legend. Hello there, TT. Thank you for joining. Simon Bickerton, good to see you here. You're an OG, I know that. Adrian Mislimi, a member here. Good to see you, brother. Excuse me. International Crypto Asset Ninja, another OG here. Thank you for joining, brother. JP says, good morning from the UK, Rob. Hope you're well. I'm well, thank you, JP. How are you? Market control effects. Wow. You're here at 4:32 a.m. from Florida. That's hardcore market control effects. Hope you're well. Rich Mouse. Ha, 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 ha. Absolutely. Umrish Pandya. Morning, brother. Give it to us straight. This must be a big shakeout of retail investors. I don't like the term shakeout. I try to use it as less as possible because it's just once again another moon boy phrase that's used by moon boys. A lot of moon boys use this nonsense, up only or buy the dip or last shakeout or we're never going to go below X price, A, B, C, D price, whatever, right? So the way I look at it is just part of the cycle, a smaller micro part of the macro part. That's the way I look at it. James Davis, good to see you here. Thank you. Alba XRP says, hello, Rob. Long time no see. Impart the wisdom, my friend. Cheers, Alba. Thank you. Matthew says, evening, Rob. Hoping not to have to work in McDonald's. Matthew, absolutely, brother. International Crypto Asset Ninja says, feels good knowing that we are calm amidst this correction, getting used to this daily stream. It's wonderful, brother. Appreciate your efforts. Thank you, International Crypto Asset Ninja. I appreciate the kind word. Hey, Rob, do you think we could get a reversal by the end of March? That's a time frame question. Time frames are only a secondary metric. So I'm not going to answer that respectfully because, as I explained, the problem with time frames is that they invalidate a lot of decent technical analysis or a lot of expectations. So let's say, for example, if we say that there's going to be a reversal before this market cycle ends, we expect higher prices for XRP or XLM and ADA and Doge. And then I say by March, which I'm not saying. And then it doesn't happen by March, but it happens later. It's kind of silly. So I don't know. I just think, once again, I share my thoughts on Patreon. I'm going to share them once again today more in depth tomorrow. So we're generally going to have 3 market updates starting yesterday. And I highly suggest that everyone reads them. I'm going to, I put in a lot of effort and work into these updates. And I try to make them as simple and straightforward as they can be so that people can easily digest information. But a lot of work goes into them behind the scenes. Mark Rubicek says, not going to join until you unblock me. Mark, you don't have to join, but where did I block you? I blocked you on Twitter. And Mark, there's no way that I didn't block you for no reason. Be honest, brother, you probably said something or did something that wasn't exactly construed as nice, Draco Magnus LRC, good to see you here, brother. He says, hello, Rob. Glad to see you. You're okay. Hey, Gabonito, glad to see you too. I didn't see Gabonito. Gabonito is here. I don't see Gabonito. Oh, yes. Gabonito, hi, Rob. Glad we're dumping. This is the dump when you need to raise the moon boys and tourists so the market can reverse. Gabonito, well, yeah, I mean, I don't even look at it that way. It's just part of the cycle. It's just part of the cycle. These things are normal, We've had times in the market where, as we discussed on numerous occasions, where Bitcoin nuked 70% after having crashed 86%, then recovered to new highs. Then we had when it went to 65K, when it crashed roughly 60% again and went to new highs. What I'm trying to say is we know from past cycles and historic data that things can get very ugly. And then even uglier and completely destroy market sentiment and make people extremely bearish and call the top and say that's it, the market cycle has ended, and then it reverses and goes to new highs before actually ending the market cycle, right? So these are the things that we know and we have to be aware of. And what's good is that as an OG, I see that this doesn't bother you, so that's good. That's good. Mina Kumari, hi there. Mina says, what a disaster in the markets. Well, not really, Mina, not really, right? So like the sentiment is bad. The reason why the sentiment is bad this time around is because due to the fact that the market is so diluted right now and there are around 11 million coins, most of which are absolute garbage meme coins built on Sol or some other network. This has taken us to the part where a lot of coins have been pumped. So that's the reason why there's such low, poor sentiment in the markets. But if you look at percentages and what has happened in the past, right? Nothing drastic has happened. We have been through much worse. And in a 2014 to 2018 market cycle, we had 30 to 40% corrections regularly, 50% corrections in altcoins regularly. And then in 2018 to 22 market cycle, we had Bitcoin correct 70% and 60%, and something like 30% was completely normal. Right now, I think it's like roughly 30%, right? So once again, there's a lot of bullshit that's being pushed around out there. Excuse my French, because there's no other way to really name it. Like this BS, this chaos, but it's nowhere near. Like I don't even know why people start comparing these crashes to the COVID crash. The COVID crash was horrendous. If we got the COVID crash now, Bitcoin would go significantly lower if we applied the same percentages, right? And then we could start comparing the Bitcoin crash to the current crash to the COVID crash. But people are so they just regurgitate what they're told. They don't even check. They don't look at facts. They don't check what happened in the past. They don't know what happened, or they forgot what happened. So somebody popular says, "Oh, this is the worst time we had in the market," so everyone's right away just picks that up and it starts spreading this nonsense that it's the worst time we've had in the markets. It's not the worst time we've had in the markets. We have had much worse times in these markets. It's just annoying since most coins haven't moved. So that's the part that's different. But in terms of crashes and corrections, this market has actually been very liberal, and nothing scary has happened yet. And if something scary would happen, then we could talk about it being terrible. Andre saying you're asking for years $130 per month and the returns are shit. Andre, the returns are absolutely not shit, so I have no idea what you're talking about. Our main portfolio, that is XRP, XLM, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, ADA, CRI, BTR, most of these coins have moved, while 99% of the coins in the crypto market haven't moved. We have already taken partial profits, while most of the people in this market haven't taken profits. And it has already outperformed nearly everything that is out there in the market. So I don't know exactly what kind of bullshit you're talking about. If you're a member, let me know, send me your email, and I'll refund you. And I would want to talk to you about your portfolio if you've done what you've been told. So if you bought the coins and the coins I told you to buy near the bottom of those targets, you're still in profit with these coins, and you can exit with several X's. And if you had taken profits when you were told to take profits, you would be doing very well right now. So I don't understand, Andre, exactly what you're talking about. Please send me a DM with your email, and I want to talk to you personally. Or even better, let's make it public on Twitter so everybody sees. Mina Kumari says, so you think it's not going lower from here? Not going. I did not say that, Mina. My point was exactly the opposite, that it can go much lower. Not that I'm calling for it. It can go much lower in accordance with historic data. Much lower. And there's still nothing to be scared or afraid of, in my opinion. Trying to guess every single little phase of the market cycle is going to end up hurting you. That's the point I'm trying to make. Because nobody can do it. Nobody can buy every single correction. Nobody can sell every single pump. The less you do, the better you'll do, actually, right? So just my main focus has always been wait for the crash, buy diversified dollar cost average at new lows, wait for pumps, start selling whatever is pumping high and preferably higher. So, wait for the crash, buy low and lower, wait for the pump, sell high and higher without trying to catch the bottom or the top. Simon, there's no need to delete Andre's message. I want it to be seen. What I want to do is call out Andre publicly and talk and see what he's referring to exactly. Check his entries, check what he bought, and if he's been taking profits, and then we'll talk about whether or not it was worth it, because it's complete nonsense what he was talking about. Please don't delete his message, because he didn't say anything insulting. He just stated a lie, but that's something I want to address. Pierre Vella is saying, Rob, couldn't agree more with everything you've said here. Cheers, brother. Thank you very much. Rudolph Lopez, when do you think the bull run ends? Or are we already at the end of the bull run? Well, I think that we're in the last phases of the bull run, right? I don't know exactly when it's going to end, but I think certain things need to happen before it comes to a complete end. I think that we're in the last like 25% of the market cycle. So we're in the final stages. I don't think we're done. When people are saying that the golden bull run, the super cycle, I don't believe any of that. I think that it's the regular cycle, roughly 4 years, plus minus, right? Doesn't have to be perfect exactly. And I believe that we're in the final phase, where the final macro phase, where in the coming months, we need to exit everything, basically. That's the way I see it. Stephen Ma, at what point do you decide to just sell everything? Usually, Stephen Ma, based on the past cycles, it's when peak euphoria comes in. So coins would have to go significantly higher. Would have to see things like Ethereum at new highs, BNB at new highs, a lot of hysteria and excitement to fully get out of the market, or at least to try to fully get out of the market and take heavy profits. That's what has happened in every single cycle, and what I used to get out of the markets. If that doesn't happen this market cycle, I think it should. But if it doesn't, that means this time, for the first time, the market cycle really is different. For now, there's no reason to believe that, because roughly 75% of the cycle is complete and has been different. So why would the remaining 25% be different? Um, Dodge AU, hi, how low can XRP go before shooting upwards? I mean, that's a very good question. That's not an answer that I know, or that I'm going to try to tell you. I just know that there's a certain percentage if it crashes where I would be interested in buying. And when that happens, I'll update my members. Otherwise, I'm not going to try to guess that. Because as you can see, a lot of people have tried to guess it. Recently, it didn't work out too well for them. Somebody said it's not going to go below $2.50. It did. Somebody says they can't see it go below $2.20. It did. Somebody said they can't see it go below $2. It did. So yeah, I'm not even going to pretend. Bülent Demir, hello, how are you doing? Six Sticks, I know timing is always speculative, but in your opinion, do you think we will see the top of the cycle, especially for XRP, before the end of March? Once again, Six Sticks, I'm not going to talk about time frames, because time frames work against us. They're impossible to consistently get right. Simon Burkett is saying, sorry, Andre, you'll be back on the channel soon. Timeout doesn't last long. Yeah, Andre, I hope you're still here. Simon apologizes, and I apologize on his behalf also. Simon, thank you for trying to be nice and whatnot. Please don't block people just like that. Like I said, Andre, you have a Twitter probably, right, Andre? Right now, send a reply and send me a DM on Twitter. Answer under my last tweet. So please find my last tweet and write under my tweet, this is Andre, and we'll talk right away once I'm done. I'm not one of these people that has anything to hide. I'm publicly willing to discuss anything in regards to our portfolios, because we're one of the best performers in the market. Six Sticks says, Rob, with regards to your exit strategy, will you be 100% out by the $13 mark, or will you keep a small percentage for more in case? No, I will probably be fully out. I don't need XRP to go much higher, so I'll probably be out even before then. Tell the truth, I will be out before even $13. Simply because risk and reward, risk becomes too high, reward becomes too little. So I don't want to round trip such major profits. And I'll probably be out before that even completely. Yeah, Rudolph, cheers. Rudolph Lopez says, man, thank you. I wish I would have pulled out when it was over $3. We did sell a portion at $3.31, and then we sold somewhere at $2.70, like another 10% of our bag. Yeah, I mean, everybody wishes they had bought more at the bottom. And once it's clear that it's the bottom, everybody wishes they had sold more at the top once we realized it was the top. Or the local top or local bottom, right? So do I. So does everyone else who didn't sell everything at $3.40 at the exact top, But that's that. N54L says, what are your thoughts on VeChain's WTHO? I'm not sure what you mean. I haven't been following that. Vincenzo Coca-Cola, look Look at the charts, Litecoin XRP and Litecoin Bitcoin. Litecoin season is here. Okay, yeah, I would love to see Litecoin do well for a lot of OGs. I know that a lot of people hold Litecoin. So yeah, I hope a lot of people do well. It promise well for them. So yeah, my friends, don't do anything emotional. Don't do anything rash. Don't buy the dip. Like I said, it works a few times until it doesn't work. And when we know, like, we never know when the dip is going to become a crash with 100% accuracy, right? So don't buy the dip. The profits you've taken, keep them sidelined. And when the market gives us the opportunity to keep selling, we'll keep selling and we'll keep taking profits, and we'll keep laddering out with any coin in our portfolio that's going up. Thomas Horton, hi there. He says, do you have any thoughts on MSTR stocks is perceived as a Bitcoin proxy? Not really. I don't have any thoughts on that. I kind of just want to see, in regards to stocks, I want to see stock indexes going higher, and generally the big stocks going higher, because as long as that happens, some coins and crypto will keep going higher. So if the stock market nukes, crypto is going to nuke with it. It's just the way it has always been. Ever since the cycle started, we expected crashes, and we expected new highs for stock indexes in the stock market, for Bitcoin to follow and Ethereum to follow and alts to follow. So the part with the stocks and stock indexes has happened, which is why Bitcoin followed. And now we need Ethereum to pump. And the fact that Ethereum hasn't pumped is the reason why so many coins haven't gone up either, because Ethereum is the number one utility smart contract coin. And that's why utility coins need to join in. Basically, the king of utility coins, what I mean by king is the coin with the biggest market cap needs to pump for other utility coins, for some of them to join and pump. Historically, whenever Ethereum has gone up, a lot more coins have done better. And that's the reason why so many memes have been doing well before getting rugged and pumping hard, because the meme maker, the king of meme coins, Sol, has been pumping hard. So yeah, that's that. Simon Pickerton, what do you think of Uniswap, Rob? Simon, I think it's one of those exchanges that sometimes you have to use, to buy some high risk and high reward coins. Just make sure that when you're buying these high risk coins, you're not putting in a lot of money. They are very high risk. Yes, some of them are high reward, but a lot of them are high risk that will go to zero. So just make sure that you're only buying with whatever you consider to be small amounts of money. Rudolph says, so you think we'll get close to $3 again, or we're just stuck at $2 and $2.25? No, Rudolph, I think that before this market cycle ends, that if you're referring to XRP, that it will go higher, and that some other coins will go higher also. So I think we should see $3 and higher. Those are my expectations. And just in case I am wrong, like I said, I already sold 40% to de-risk and take a hedge against my own bias, basically. All right, my friends, we've been in for 33 minutes. Any last minute questions? And also, Simon, when is our friend Andre going to be back? How long has it been timed out for? Because I would love to talk to him here on the live so that everybody can see it also. Huddle X Pro. Hello, Rob. Hope you're well. Do you think USDT dominance is as important as DXY and Bitcoin dominance? Please provide your opinion. Thank you. Yes. Hi there. Thank you for your question. I think this is the way I see it. I think that they're important market indicators. I just don't think the way people use them is correct, right? Like this 100%, like this needs to happen in order for that to happen. I don't like that, right? What I like is using it as part of the equation. So, for example, historically, yes, when DXY crashes and Bitcoin dominance crashes, some altcoins go up a lot more, or some altcoins wake up and start going up. So it's important to see those trends again. But at the same time, we need to see the stock market going up. At the same time, we need to see things like Ethereum and BNB wake up and pump, right? So these things are important. Yes, we want them to happen. And these are the things I'm going to discuss also in the coming market updates. Jake, Andrew, where does Link get to this cycle? I'm not going to give my exact target because it's one of my main coins, but I'll just say I hope it goes significantly higher. My expectations are higher. Once again, I have taken partial profits though and hedged against my own bias because I'm not perfect. I make mistakes like everybody else, but I just have the honesty to admit it. Simon Beckerton says he'd be back by now. Okay, I see. So it looks like just some person who spewed some nonsense and went away. I see. Thank you. Hodlex Pro, you're welcome. Scott, cheers. Good to see you. Thank you for joining from Scotland. When do I expect to see XRP $4 to $5? In our lifetime, brother. I'm just joking. Sorry for the bad joke. Hopefully before this market cycle ends. So in the coming months, hopefully, if everything stays the way it's supposed to stay, hopefully. Yeah, I just don't like time frame questions because once again, they invalidate expectations and good TA. Timeframes are only secondary metric. What I mean by that, let's say if your plan has come together more or less and everything is looking more or less the way it was supposed to go, and it's looking like that right now, and we're in the last phase where more coins need to wake up, and we're already, let's say, getting close to the end of the roughly 4-year cycle, then you should be aware that we're getting close to the roughly 4-year cycle, and we should be getting out of the market despite what coins have done, because some coins will be great performers, some coins will be bad performers, some coins will be okay performers. Oh, we just got an update from my friend Black W, who's helping us to keep track of our coins. B, thank you, brother. Cheers. If you're watching this, I appreciate it. I'm going to answer you on WhatsApp once I'm done. Thank you very much. Let's see. Steve Ma, if the last 25% of the cycle does not pay out as expected, is there a point where we should sell everything or just hodl it until next cycle? Steve Ma, if the last 25% of the cycle doesn't go the way it should go, we'll still try to get out with whatever we have, because I believe that the coming crashes that will take us to the next macro accumulation phase in the next cycle are going to be the worst that we've had so far and horrendous. And that it will be the dot-com bubble moment for crypto, where 99.99% of coins will be wiped out. So it's very important to take profits before that and keep those profits sidelined. N54L is saying XRP will hit around $25 and then crash hard, in my opinion. N54L, I hope your target hits. My target is significantly lower. I don't expect $25 this market cycle. I believe in the future XRP should go there when it hopefully becomes one of the survivors of the .com bubble pop of crypto in the future. But I don't think it's going to go to $25 this market cycle. Of course, I may be mistaken. Whatever your price target is, if I may suggest, always take profits before. Like my price targets for years for XRP have been $7 to $13, but I already sold 40% of my bag. By the time we got to $3.31. So yeah. Simon Burkett is saying, "Come on, Rob, have you got a top for BTC?" I do have a top in my mind, but I'm not going to venture to say what it is, because at this point it's not really relevant since I already sold all my Bitcoin. And I've sold all my Ethereum. I'll just say this, that I believe Ethereum will go higher and see new highs and go into price discovery mode. And it needs to happen. It's in the interest of every single person holding any coin out there, because that's when some of our coins will wake up and do well. At least that is what has happened historically. Whether or not we like it is not relevant. That is what's required historically. So all these, once again, 75% of these things we expected and pieces of the puzzles have come together. Now there's just a few remaining left that need to come together. Hopefully, for the sake of our portfolios and big gains, that will come together. Vincenzo Cocola is saying ETFs, XRP, Litecoin, Solana will pump prices. What do you think? I don't believe in ETFs. I don't believe in use cases and utility. I believe that it's good to form communities, and it's good. I think it's a good gauge to see what will hold up in the future once basically we have the crypto wipeout. So utility and use cases are great for the future. For the future, yes, that's important. For now, it's not important. So anything to do with fundamentals, ETFs, adoption, good news, banks joining in, institutions joining in, none of that matters to me. For me, that's all sentiment check. I use to see what the sentiment is. As always, near bottoms and after big crashes, we have terrible news about nobody's adopting. Everybody wants to dump crypto, is going to zero, it's a scam, don't buy it, don't touch it, criminals use it, blah, blah, blah. And then once, we're up and we're in price discovery mode for Bitcoin and alts are going up, all of a sudden we start seeing wonderful news. So that's the way I just look at it. I think ETFs is part basically of that narrative. That's my stance in it. Geo says, just got a text from Brad saying $25 by April. Here in Dubai, my friends like to say, when you say something, they joke and say wallah. So please ask Brad to say wallah. Cheers, brother. Keegan Longshaft says, man, can't believe I missed the start of this. That's all right, brother. You can always watch it once it's over. Huddle X Process, believe in something, famous saying in meme community will make them hold believing in something. Sad. Yeah, absolutely. So, one of the main reasons why it's good to be a skeptic in these markets and diversify is because it helps you not to get, when you diversify, you have a lot of different coins. So you concentrate on a lot of different coins and you see them for what they are. Good rotational investments. Coin goes up, you sell, it crashes hard, you buy. Repeat. Yeah, rinse and repeat until it stops working. And so what diversifying does, it helps you to see that. When you only have, let's say, one coin or two coins or three coins, and you're basically a maximalist, and your coins are not moving, or one of them started moving, and you're looking into why is it moving, right? It basically is much more difficult for you to separate yourself from that coin. And historical facts have shown us that no matter how good the coin is, no matter how good the team behind it is, no matter how wonderful the laws, whatever regulations around that coin are, no matter how wonderful partnerships and the use cases and utilities, no matter what it is, that when the cycle ends, every single coin without exception crashes and crashes very hard. This is a statistical fact that you can open and look at any coin that has been here for any amount of market cycles and see what happens to that coin. Any coin, name it, go check it, you'll see. It crashes very hard. So that's not something to be disputed. Every single time people say it's different, and it never is. So once again, I don't see why it needs to be different this time around. Yeah, that's that. All right, my friends, we've been 42 minutes in. We're 42 minutes in. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Once again, if you want to join my Patreon, read the market update from yesterday and read the one that's coming today and tomorrow, here's the link. You can join in. Once again, don't be emotional. Read the update, stick to the plan, keep the profit sidelined, don't buy the dip. We only buy major crashes. Whenever the major crash comes, whenever it is, we're not going to put time frames on it. We're going to start buying with the profits that were sidelined. Until then, we're going to keep selling any coin that goes up and laddering out without trying to cash the top. And every single time we take profits, we're going to keep that sidelined. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. I know that time is the most precious commodity in the world. No matter how much money you make in this world, you'll never be able to buy more time. Just some comfort, right? So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Please kindly, if it's not too much to ask, put a like. I would appreciate the like. And please maybe share it on Twitter or whatnot. I wish you all an amazing day. Thank you for joining. All the best to you and your loved ones and your families. Bye-bye.